So I literally have not opened this. And most of these things that come in the mail, I throw them away. They're junk. Most of them are garbage. But what this says is very interesting. I'm going to hold it right in front of me so you can read it if you can. This is from Senator Rand Paul, if you can see that. And it said, we expect the U.S. to abide by the Small Arms Treaty. And it is signed by Urquhart Tuomonja, whoever that is. So I don't know whose name that is, but I have not opened this. I'm gonna open this here live and read this because things that come from senators, things that come from let me rephrase that. Things that come from conservative senators, or things that come from conservative members of Congress, or things that come from people in the House of Representatives that are respected. You know that they're at least real because they're trying to affect policy. Now, if this came from the GOA or the NRA, it might be suspect to me because a lot of times they're just trying to raise money. I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of Rand Paul, but I do think that he's, for the most part, pretty good conservative. But so I'm going to read this to you. And you're hearing it the first time that I am as well. So, dear fellow American, the United States Small Arms Treaty, and by the way, I do know a little bit about the Small Arms Treaty before I read this. So Trump said that we were withdrawing from the Small Arms Treaty. I've forgotten when it was signed, but basically, the UN is wanting to police the whole world, and those who are in favor of the New World Order are wanting the UN and organizations like the UN to police the whole world. So, as I read this, that was. I believe that was Obama that agreed to that with the UN. Trump is saying that we have withdrawn from that, but apparently this motard with the UN, this Urquhart Tuomonja, UN foreign minister, is saying that we need to need to abide by the Small Arms Treaty. So here's what the letter says: Dear fellow American, the United Nations Small Arms Treaty has been the gun control lobby's crown jewel for decades. They're not giving up just because President Trump announced his opposition. In fact, they plan to force it into law regardless of who is in the White House. But you and I have a chance to stop them cold if you'll agree to take immediate action to help the president kill this dangerous treaty. As Dudley Brown, president of the National Association for Gun Rights, explained in the letter I've enclosed, I'm so glad he's quoting the NAGR. That's good. I really have a lot of respect for the NAGR and the GOA, Gun Owners of America, and the National Association for Gun Rights. If you don't know what's happened with the NRA lately, there's some questionable handling of finances there. But anyway, I've enclosed is absolutely critical we act now. I'm not going to read the whole thing, guys. There's just no way. I can't read the whole thing. I didn't know it was this long. I should have assumed it was this long. I'm going to read the highlights for you. So let's see if we can get the highlights of this, just because we need to know what's going on internationally in the New World Order trying to basically shove the United States into that. And this next presidential election, you've got a bunch of nitwits running for office that would probably have no qualms about us being in the New World Order. If you and I don't drive the stake through the heart of the United Nations so-called Small Arms Treaty now, we may never get a chance. I'm just going to read the stuff that's in highlights. But if the U.S. Senate won't comply with the president's wishes, it won't matter one bit. That's why I'm counting on you to sign and return your official firearms sovereignty survey to tell your U.S. senators no UN gun ban at once. As President Trump stated, this treaty would effectively allow foreign bureaucrats. It's amazing how all the highlighted stuff, you can read it and get right. Like, I'm not reading the whole page, just reading the highlights. As President Trump stated, this treaty would effectively allow foreign bureaucrats to trample on your Second Amendment freedom. This is an intentional gun registry, clearly designed to include detailed information on American gun owners. Mandated national screening for those seeking to own guns. Restrictive licensing for guns and ammo sales. Restrictions on the number of guns and amount of ammo any properly licensed individual may legally own. Bans on magazines holding more than 10 rounds. Bans on owning a firearm for self-defense. What? Bans on owning a firearm for self-defense. I got to read the rest of this one. Unless a citizen can somehow demonstrate need and get federal government approval. You don't want to know what I'm thinking in my head about that. I'm sorry I had to not just read the bold stuff. As I mentioned, as long as the so-called small arms treaty remains pending in the U.S. Senate, all the gun grabbers need is to regain Senate control and ratify it. Now that's serious. As I'm going to read this again. As I mentioned, as long as the so-called small arms treaty remains pending in the U.S. Senate, all the gun grabbers need to do is regain Senate control and ratify it. And I will tell you, if that happens, that is civil war in this country. That is absolutely 100% civil war in this country. And I'm going to do a post later. I'm going to do a short version of what a civil war would look like in this country. Again, I watched a great video yesterday, but it's 54 minutes. Most of us don't have time to sit and watch 54-minute videos. I've been on here 6 minutes. I'm in a hurry. That's why we need to mount a massive campaign to end this treaty and send it back to the president now so he can kill it before it's too late. U.S. senators who vote to allow foreign bureaucrats to trample on our gun rights will pay the price at the ballot box in 2020. Are you in? If so, please provide it by signing and returning your survey to the U.S. senators to let them know where you stand right away. And if possible, please agree to your most generous financial support as well. And this is Rand Paul, so actually, it does take money to do these things. Contact and mobilize up to 10 million pro-Second Amendment Americans using email and phone banks to turn up maximum pressure on the U.S. This is what the money is going to be used for. Launch a full-scale online effort, including internet ads, op-eds, working highly effective traffic blogs, and using social media. I'm going to skip this. Crafted, hard-hitting radio, newspaper, and TV ads. So they are wanting to use the money for some of this. Okay, that's why I'm counting on you to please sign and return your official firearms sovereignty survey email to tell the U.S. senators no gun ban. Oh, there's more on the back here. Just reading the highlights. But without your immediate support, nothing will matter. Please complete your survey right away. I'm gonna do this. I don't do a lot of these, but when I get it from a senator or a congressperson, like I said at the beginning of the video, I do pay attention. Please complete your survey right away and return it with your most generous contribution of $100, $50, or at least $35 today. Dudley Brown, President Dudley Brown. P.S. President, I'm going to get, regardless of who occupies the White House or their position on the treaty. So, will you please sign your official firearm sovereignty survey immediately? Yes, I'm going to. Look, if you got one of these, is there a website to go? It'd be great if there's a website on here. Again, I'm just now seeing this. No. So, no. Answer is no. I'm not seeing it. No website. And this was actually not my survey. This came into somebody else who gave it to me. So this didn't come directly to me. It came in somebody else. Anyhow, so the answer is, wow. No, there's no website, but I will sign this and turn it in. There you have it. The apparently the small arms treaty with the UN is just kind of sitting on the wayside. If you want to contact your senator or congressman, I'll try to post a link below to show you where to go respond to your appropriate state legislator and House member so that you can voice your opposition to this. And let's see if we can keep these libtards out of control in the House next time around, shall we? All these idiots that are running for president. It's like a clown show. Anyway, have a great night. I'm gone.